is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. Going beast mode when the game begin. I worked all summer to be a champion. At Venice High School, all we do is win. Man, it feel good to be an Indian.
And welcome to this week's edition of the John Peacock Coaches Show. I'm John Massoni here with Venice Indian head football coach John Peacock. And Coach, nice to get back on the football field after a week where we couldn't play some football in our Miami road trip. But Bishop Verot Vikings came into town. A very well-tested team. Over the last few years, they've been playing a pretty tough schedule around the state and have kind of vaulted their way into sort of that echelon of some of the better teams.
Yeah, they've done a good job of playing some top teams and getting in those type of games. And you know, I thought they did a really nice job. I thought they're really impressed with their quarterback, which was a sophomore.
He took a lot of hits and he got back up again, and he knew how to run that offense for sure.
And he made some really good decisions, good throws. He knew when to scramble. Did a great job stepping up in the pocket. So I was really impressed with him. You know, watching how he played against us. So
just in case we didn't say it, or you don't know it, we won the game 27-12. Again, as far as Venice went, I thought it was sort of a workman-like performance. There wasn't a lot of splash plays, but it was like everybody was kind of doing their job and getting sort of. It felt like it was a momentum builder, that kind of a game we had on Friday night.
Yeah, you know, I thought the defense continued to play well. They got to the ball well. They did a good job keeping them out of the end zone really for the majority of the night until late in the fourth quarter. Offensively, we're still sputtering, and we haven't quite figured it out yet. You know,
there were glimpses though.
Yeah, there was a series or two where we looked normal, but overall, you know, still making the same mistakes that we've been making, and it just all hasn't come together. It's like we have these this beautiful puzzle and all these nice puzzle pieces. And, you know, we're slowly finding where these things go and how to put them in, and you know, so it's a work in progress, and you know, hopefully we figure out, you know, where to put the pieces of the puzzle sooner than later. But you're right. There was glimpses. I think the first series of the third quarter we looked very normal, and it looked like how our offense usually looks.
I thought the first series of the third quarter.
Also the first series of the game up until the turnover.
Right.
You know, that seemed. You know, it seemed like we were moving the ball well, and you know, we also got down to the goal line another time later in the game, and weren't able to punch it in from the one. You know, but you go back and you watch the film, and it's like, it's there. We did it right. We blocked it right. We just didn't execute 100% how we're supposed to execute.
And you're right, because there were certain situations that I won't say any one particular player on offense, but it was like if he just would have went to the left instead of the right, you didn't cut the right way. So it's like just like one of those things where like you're starting to see it, but you're not quite seeing it all the way yet. So that's
we haven't put focused the entire lens yet. You know, sometimes we focus you see a quick glimpse of it, and then we lose it again, but we got to be really a lot more consistent, and that's just the basic. That's the main thing is we got to be a lot more consistent in what we're doing, and pay a little bit more attention to detail and just be disciplined in everything that we're doing.
And you're right, that would be one thing, but I will say the effort was there this week too.
Yeah, no, the kids are playing hard.
Just like trying to break tackles, pursuing backside on defense, covering downfield. Everybody seemed like there was a real sort of effort involved with each particular play
for sure.
Series.
The kids are playing hard. There's no question about that. I mean, there's one or two areas as far as effort that need to be addressed and we need to improve upon. But the whole part, like they're playing hard, and they want to do right and they want to win and they want to be disciplined and all that stuff. And part of that stuff's on the coaches as well. Like I'm not putting everything on everybody.
Sure.
So we gotta do better as coaches to get us ready for the games, and make sure that we're paying attention to the details of everything, because until you do that, and until till everything sort of comes together, it'll be frustrating.
Do you ever get to the point where you look at the team and you're like, maybe just take a breath and just do what comes naturally and don't overthink it and don't overdo something, like, hey, I wanted to make an effort play, so I ran into him, but you could have went to the right and got 50 yards. Is there a time you kind of that to them?
I think right now, like on Friday nights, that's what we need to be doing the entire time is, showing them some calmness and, some mental toughness as far as, not being too frustrated when something bad happens. Like something bad happened, like we can't change that. It's over. Let's go to the next thing. Let's make sure the next play is a little bit better.
Right.
And because as coaches, if we're not mentally tough and we're not keeping our head, then how do we expect the kids to do that?
Right.
You know what I mean? So, but it is frustrating. You drive down the field and then you have a bad snap, and no one feels worse than Michael Euchre.
Yeah, he did.
I mean, he cares. Like so. Yeah. It has to be addressed, but at the same time, like everyone in the stadium knows who messed that up. You know what I mean? Like
there's only one
there's no secret.
there,
you know what I mean? Like my grandma could tell you, like what's someone who the person was that messed that play up. So, but they care, and we're getting better, and we're working at it. I mean, that's the thing is like it would be very concerning if we didn't care and we weren't working on fixing stuff. So. Hopefully we're better this week, and we've been better. We've gotten better, and that's one thing that we've always done at Venice is we've continued to get better throughout the year, and you'll see teams that right now are on fire that in the year you're like, what happened to that team?
Yeah, they came out the gate hot, and they were ready to go, and then sort of people caught up. They got film on them a little bit. They saw some things, and next thing you know, it's not quite as easy as it was in game 1. And
that's
when you get to game 11. So that's for sure. Once again, we're here at Bogies. And again, we'll have to tell everybody. Well, I was actually jealous of your meal tonight.
Well, I'm trying to stick with specials each week. So we went with a turkey wrap. That was a special. It was actually really, really good.
It looked really good.
It was.
And again, if you're ever here, the special
menu. I did the special appetizer, the pierogi. Yeah,
and that's the thing. The special menu here is always changing, and it's almost a home run every time. If that suits what you want to eat, but. Yeah, come by to Bogies and try different things on the menu whenever you can. I went burger tonight. I went a little different, but you always see something that catches your eye, and always well prepared.
I made a pact. I'm going the special every week. Every week I'm doing the special.
All right, so that's going to be the thing. It's going to be like another spotlight segment maybe at that point, right?
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes. All right, with that, we'll take a break, come back, and we'll look at the highlights from the game with Bishop Verot on Friday night. You guys join us right back here in a few minutes from Bogies, the John Peacock Coaches Show.
We'd like to take a minute to acknowledge all of our sponsors that truly make this happen. State College of Florida, Chick-fil-A,
Absolute Aluminum, Jenkins, Lightning Fast Car Wash, Venice Pest Control,
Players, Ryan Brown, Damon Wilson, Trey Burton,
Ships Excavating, AstroTurf, Athletes Perspective Group, X-Tech,
Advanced Asphalt, Sarasota Ford, The Hupp Group,
Bogies of Venice,
and a special thanks to Suncoast Credit Union.
At the Hupp Group at Keller Williams Island Life Real Estate, luxury isn't about price. Luxury is about the experience that we deliver to every client. We are a full-service real estate team offering expert marketing, strategic negotiations, and 5-star communication across every transaction. Our team includes 7 licensed realtors who work together to bring results, experience, and personalized service at every price point. With dedicated in-house marketing, operations, and complementary property styling, we elevate every listing and guide each buyer with precision and care. Over 80% of our business comes from referrals and repeat clients, because at the Hupp Group, every client receives the luxury treatment, no matter the budget. The Hupp Group, strategy, results, luxury.
Hey parents, start your child's savings adventure today with Ernie's Kids Club at Suncoast Credit Union. New members who open a youth savings account get a free 2025 Zoo Tampa Pass, financial literacy activities, and entry into special giveaways. Simply become a member and make an initial deposit of $50 or more to qualify for the Zoo Tampa Pass. Invest in your child's tomorrow while unlocking roaring savings today. Visit suncoast.com/kidsclub or your nearest branch to get started.
Quality education, exceptional value, and endless possibilities. All at State College of Florida. Thinking of starting college or switching careers? Our flexible schedules and student resources will help you get to the finish line. Apply today at scf.edu/let's go.
Back here at Bogies for the John Peacock Coaches Show, and Coach, it's time for our sponsor spotlight. This week it's the Suncoast Credit Union, and as we're preparing just now for this segment, you know, they've done a lot for the community and do a lot of different things with us in particular. I know they were involved heavily with our jumbotron.
Well, our video board.
Video board.
So,
video board.
As well, people don't even know about the video board yet, but the video board should be unveiled this Friday.
Yes.
It'll be the first time the video board is being seen. Will be this Friday, where we're going to use that to, you know, use our senior signs and any other special events, and it also is going to be home to the Hall of Fame part there. But they were very crucial in helping us get the funds to purchase that. I do my personal checking there. I do all my business checking there as well. I'll tell you what, it's come a long way. I had to go in there. Then they're so nice there. I mean, they're incredibly nice. I'm writing checks, right?
Right.
And licking envelopes and sticking stamps on it and putting the flag up on the, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
you don't have to do that.
Yeah.
You get on the app, and she's showing me all right, you get on the app, and all right, so if I have to pay a car payment every month.
Right.
I just put the address in, what I want, you know, and all this
It goes.
information. They mail it for you.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's so.
I would say in my business, I would say at least 30%, and my clientele's a little older, so that's not usually they don't go for that kind of stuff. But about 30% of my stuff is mailed to me in that manner from the bank, not from somebody writing a check.
And also, you don't even have to go to the bank to deposit checks.
Yeah.
Just take a picture of them.
That's it. Simple as can be.
I'm not trying to figure. What if you have a fake picture?
I don't know. I wouldn't want to try to do that.
Not a good idea. I should.
I think everything comes down to all the coding on the check.
But
and
just
like that,
I mean, but they're so helpful and they do a lot for the students.
Students, yes.
Yeah,
We
I want to say they give the students $100 when they sign up
for a checking account.
I'm not sure that deal's still running, but I know they did for us.
It's a great way to start. You're obviously that way, and if you're going to go to a place where they're helpful, checking accounts and stuff like that. When you're at that certain age, they're a little scary. I don't know. You got to do this, and you're putting money in there, and so just getting yourself started and having a friendly face or a friendly person for that matter helping you out.
Yeah, very very helpful. They helped with the state championship rings as well.
Yeah. So there you go.
Did a nice event for us.
So Suncoast Credit Union, if you have looking for banking options,
it's
there's one right there.
Right by Lowe's.
Yep, right there.
That's where I go, by the one by Lowe's, and there's the Checkers and the
all by Shamrock and 41, right in that particular area. So go ahead and then go check out Suncoast Credit Union. With that, the highlights from last Friday night's game against Bishop Verot coming at you right now.
Let's check them out. Another great night of kickoffs, and you see touchbacks.
3 out of 5, and the other 2 were just barely short.
Yeah, and we've done a really good job covering too, when the balls haven't gone in the end zone. Field
it's starting to grow on me more and more because I was a grass guy, but it does look good. It's brighter. Everything's sort of real sharp.
The pressure by Ashari there. He had 2 of those where he put the tackle onto the quarterback.
So would you call that an interception or a fumble?
I would say that was an interception.
See, I called it a fumble. I thought he bumped the ball out of his hand and it kind of went up.
Well, he didn't bump the tackle. His own tackle bumped him.
Well, he caused it.
So first series, a little counter by Sean. Sean had a nice night running the ball, made some good decisions. When to put it back down, and Doreen had a nice night as well. Had some nice hard runs, a couple big long runs.
Just a little under 100 yards, but solid for sure.
Tyree had a good night. He had 2 touchdowns,
9 catches. Yeah, so it was nice night for him. And man, he runs hard.
Yeah, he's tough.
How much does he weigh?
I don't know, 160.
Okay, that's what I thought. But he runs like he's he bounces
fearless.
off you.
He's fearless.
He's unbelievable. There's a big back right there, number 6. He was a low, but we did a good job with him.
Yeah, he was a big kid. He looked very similar to Zero, probably maybe a little bit better shape than Zero was last year. But
Yeah.
I guess Zero was hurt.
Yeah, it looked that way. And there's a sack.
Yeah.
That's what I said. He knocked him into
Right.
and got a sack. He knocked him in and got a fumble out of it.
That was
too.
one of the most impressive sacks I've ever seen.
Getting there, Tyree
Yeah,
with a good,
another
good
catch-
tackle.
another catch by
holding on to
Tyree.
the ball.
Yeah.
They had some guys on defense that could bring it though. They had some good tacklers.
No,
on
they
that
were
team.
a good football team for
Yeah.
sure. Sean, he's pretty talented running the ball, and has a good wiggle.
Looks comfortable with the
Yeah.
ball in his hand too.
Again, Tyree, nice catch, and he's not running out of bounds.
No, he's not. He doesn't run out of bounds at all.
This is an unbelievable play here. Third and 10.
Right here, he bounces right off of
Yeah,
him.
just puts his hand on the ground, makes 2 other people miss, and I mean he's
Like I said, sophomore,
yeah.
160, and he's just. I was coming saying during the broadcast that he's like a rubber ball. He just hits him and bounces again and bounces
Yeah.
again. So that's some effort right there.
Did some unbelievable things.
Another good play here, middle of the
Yeah.
line with Hupp, and I think that was Letts that was with him on that one, but Neely. That was there was a lot of tackles made by the interior defensive line. That's always a good sign. They're not getting very far.
Yeah, we got some
Again,
good
stuffing them up again. Weatherington coming down in there, and saw a lot of that on Friday night. There were not a lot of people getting moved off the ball.
Ira Dale's getting kind of used to the position now,
Yeah.
getting a little bit more playing time.
Look at the play right here with a fumble,
Yeah, that was a
Fumble
huge
caused.
play for us.
and it was really subtle because you thought they did nothing. And there was no real reaction until somebody jumped off the bottom of the pile with a ball in their hand. So yeah, that was a good play.
And this is a third and long play. We were able to make a play here, and nice catch by
Yeah.
John Ford.
And he turns it upfield for a nice gain. And it was a good play the way it was designed with him.
Surprised he didn't get a horse collar there.
Yeah, it was close. I think he kind of slid down the back of his legs and then he got down that way. But that's a dangerous play.
This is a nice run.
Brad,
Ford
Ford.
has a couple nice runs Friday night.
And
Good tough runs.
And you know what? He's one cut kind of thing, but he's following blockers and he's getting the most out of every run.
Yeah.
He's going to get 8, it's going to get all of it. 2 more yards, and he looks good doing that.
See, we got all the way down there. Didn't get any points out of that last
Yeah.
time.
That was on a 4th down. I think we were stopped on
Yeah.
that play. And there he goes.
4th and 1, we went
There
for
was
it.
Weatherington again coming in and making the tackle.
Yeah,
Kind of stretched it out there, and everybody caught up to him. That's Campbell on the tackle.
yeah. Aaron had a nice game. Had some activity
Yes,
there.
he was active. Yep.
See, we did a nice job. Tyree did a nice job. He's been doing a nice job catching punts.
Yeah, you
And
can't
then-
take that for granted.
Yeah, I mean that's a 17-yard swing right there.
Yeah, absolutely right.
From catching the ball, and it could have bounced all the way down to the other 20. Lane had a good night. You see,
Yeah, right there
Well,
at the interception.
yeah, he had an interception there, and he had a nice breakup later in the game.
Seems like whatever the carryover from last year's success,
Yeah,
he's building on
it
that.
wasn't
more
a
and more.
fluke. It wasn't
No.
a fluke.
And there's
See Dorian.
Macho.
This is the first drive of the
of the third quarter.
this third quarter, and you'll see I think that was the first or second play.
It just seemed like when he was going to the field, it felt good to see him get it, you know, break out of there a little bit.
And then we had a nice throw and catch here to Tyree, making people miss. Like, he almost got out of that one.
I know, bouncing. Just keeps bouncing off of people. It's almost like the old roller derby thing where they used to whip the guy around faster. He gets momentum off the hit. And there's a quick one, little slant.
Quick slant to him, touchdown.
He gave the ball to the referee.
Gave the ball to the referee. I think he's learned something.
See?
Well, he learned something.
How things get to get in the third game, and you're good to go now. I always thought giving the ball to the referee was sort of like a celebration of some
Barry
sort.
Sanders.
Yeah.
See Ashari hustling the ball. He does some really, really good things when he's giving effort to the football.
And Borelli was up on that play early to get that kind of shoo him, get the guy back towards Ashari. And there's Campbell.
Yeah, Campbell and Ashari.
That's what we saw a lot from him last year when he played. Right off the snap,
yeah,
maybe
sure.
in the
He
backfield.
made a big play later in the game.
Mm-hmm, he did. Get another good run by Macho. You can sense there was a little frustration with them because they weren't getting off any big plays. They moved the ball, but they didn't really get any big chunk yardage.
They had a nice pick here by Walker Brown. Got called back, or the touchdown got called back.
A little holding penalty right there. So, but again, big play, stopped the drive for them, and I think we did go down and score. Did we not? If I remember correctly in this drive,
I'm not sure. I think we did,
because I remember thinking that you took points off the board, but then I think there was a good drive after.
We didn't.
No.
No.
Well,
next drive we
soon
scored.
after that.
Next drive we scored.
There's Aaron right there with a nice play. Yeah.
A huge play for us. We had a lot of unfortunate happenings Friday night. You know, that first drive, we would have walked to the end zone, but they called timeout middle of the play.
I would say this game, if there was another theme to it, a lot of penalties. I don't know if all were merited.
Yeah.
But there was equal opportunity amount of penalties for both teams.
This is the first time that since I've been coaching, we got called for a chop block
on defense.
No, we got called for chop block on offense, where no one actually touched the ground. That was the weird part. That was a first for me. See, Sean did a nice job right there. I mean, nice play.
I thought he was going to get in the end zone.
Bad snap, and he had to kind of ad-lib there, and typically something like that ends up in a negative play, and we turn it into a positive. You see Macho here does a nice job getting in the end zone.
And at that point, we had sort of leaned on him for a while. You could see they were getting a little tired, and the running game was starting to pick up.
Shari there with another sack. Does the first one? What would that be a caused fumble then? They caused Shari caused it, and a sack on the first one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because basically he's tackled, at that point, and the ball's out of his hands.
Cole Weatherington on a sack. We had we got to the quarterback quite a few times in the first couple of games.
And when they're getting there, they're making play. They're making the play too. Sometimes you get somebody coming in like a wildcat, and you run right past them. There's a good hit right there.
He almost got to him there. Yeah.
I think with 3 sacks and I think at least 3 quarterback pressures.
Yeah, it's Tyree again. Like it's just unbelievable. The
strength and
the effort that he runs with.
And then here's Dale making a nice run. He is a tough runner right here. I mean that's hard running right there.
Yeah, no, he is. He is unbelievable. He runs that ball unbelievably tough.
Let's get towards the end of the game now.
Yeah, the turf and you can tell the lights are new too.
Yeah, I mean everything is much brighter than it was before.
Yep. good play by Borelli. We put Borelli at linebacker, moved him from he's gone from free safety to linebacker, which is that's usually good. You know, it means you have a little bit more speed on the field, which I like that.
Especially with coverage.
big time hold there in Ashari, but he still comes up with a sack. Just barely got him a sack there, but.
So 27-12 was the final score. And like you said, we talked a little bit earlier about the effort that was in the game. Maybe the results could have been a little bit different, you know, as far as scoring, whatever. But the effort was there. Now it's just a matter of sort of fine-tuning everything and getting it so we're working like a well-oiled machine.
Yeah, you know, like I said, we have a lot of work to do, but we're getting there. Like there is progress. You know, you want to be making progress and you want to be getting better each week. And I think we're definitely doing that. I don't think we have much choice, really, to be honest with you.
And was good
especially
about
offensively.
With the highlight package you saw 6 guys on offense making plays, effort, breaking tackles, catching the ball out of the backfield, all that kind of stuff you want to see. And then on defense, you saw everybody on the defensive line had a play or two. Yeah. Weatherington with the sack, Ashari with his numbers, Hupp with a fumble recovery / interception, Campbell in the backfield. So those are the kinds of things you're seeing. It's not over. It's not game 1 and 2 or 1 we went to. We saw a lot of tackles by one guy. We saw, you know, that kind of thing. So you're seeing everybody sort of kind of getting together, and the team seems to be sort of galvanizing at this point. So
yeah, you know, like I said, we are getting better each week, and on all phases, not just offensively, but I think we're playing better, like you said, as a team defensively, and then our special teams have been pretty good and pretty consistent.
Solid.
I mean, our kicker. I mean, I told you in the spring, like that was you asked who the surprise of spring was, and it was Richardson. Like, and as far as his punting and kicking goes, really been impressed with how much growth that he's had in over a year.
No, he just looks confident. We were kind of looking at his kickoff process. You know, usually the guy's running up from 15 yards away. Yeah. He takes 4 steps, boom.
Yeah, he's like 235 pounds too.
And it looks good. It's right on the number. So yeah, there's no doubt about it. He's definitely got the technique down for that. With that, we'll take another break. Come back and talk about Friday night's opponent. Charlotte Pirates coming to Powell Davis Stadium, 7:30 kickoff, and we need to hear about they're playing well. So we're catching a very hot team right now. With that, we'll take a break. Come back here and talk about the Port Charlotte Pirates on Friday night. Be back here at Bogies right after this.
We'd like to take a minute to acknowledge all of our sponsors that truly make this happen. State College of Florida, Chick-fil-A,
Absolute Aluminum, Jenkins, Lightning Fast Car Wash, Venice Pest Control,
Players, Ryan Brown, Damon Wilson, Trey Burton,
Ships Excavating, AstroTurf, Athletes Perspective Group, X-Tech,
Advanced Asphalt, Sarasota Ford, The Hupp Group,
Bogies of Venice,
and a special thanks to Suncoast Credit Union.
At the Hupp Group at Keller Williams Island Life Real Estate, luxury isn't about price. Luxury is about the experience that we deliver to every client. We are a full-service real estate team offering expert marketing, strategic negotiations, and 5-star communication across every transaction. Our team includes 7 licensed realtors who work together to bring results, experience, and personalized service at every price point. With dedicated in-house marketing, operations, and complimentary property styling, we elevate every listing and guide each buyer with precision and care. Over 80% of our business comes from referrals and repeat clients, because at the Hupp Group, every client receives the luxury treatment, no matter the budget. The Hupp Group, strategy, results, luxury.
Hey parents, start your child's savings adventure today with Ernie's Kids Club at Suncoast Credit Union. New members who open a youth savings account get a free 2025 Zoo Tampa Pass, financial literacy activities, and entry into special giveaways. Simply become a member and make an initial deposit of $50 or more to qualify for the Zoo Tampa Pass. Invest in your child's tomorrow while unlocking roaring savings today. Visit suncoast.com/kidsclub or your nearest branch to get started.
Quality education, exceptional value, and endless possibilities. All at State College of Florida. Thinking of starting college or switching careers? Our flexible schedules and student resources will help you get to the finish line. Apply today at scf.edu/let's go.
Back here with the John Peacock Coaches Show. Coach, Friday night, Port Charlotte Pirates come in undefeated. I think that if you counted the kickoff classic, the lowest score they've had is 49 points. So a 49, a couple 60s on there, and a 50. And so you got to figure that they're definitely coming in with a lot of momentum and seem to be really working well on the offensive side of the ball. But I know on the defensive side of the ball, last couple of games have been pretty close to shutouts too.
Yeah, I mean, I think their last 3 games are actually their actual first 3 games.
Yeah,
I think maybe they've given up maybe 7 points, or maybe it was 13. It wasn't me. I think they had 2 shutouts, and I think one team scored 7 on them.
In comparison to what they're scoring, it's not even. It's,
right? Yeah. No, they've had all 3 running clocks. They've put up bunches of numbers. The quarterback, Logan Flaherty, Division I quarterback. Everyone praises it how unbelievable he is, and he's what they say. I mean, I'm not sure if they classify him as a dual threat, but he is a dual threat. He runs the ball. Yeah,
I think probably maybe they don't, because I think he runs when he needs to. Maybe not so much on design all the time, but no. I mean, last year we saw that his running ability was key to a lot of things that they did last year.
Really big.
And he doesn't seem like his stature seems a little slightly built. But I think he's a hard runner. I think he's a smart player too.
Yeah, he throws a good ball. They've got some really, really good receivers, and on film they have some really good connection between. You know, they have good feel for each other. Mm-hmm. He's throwing that ball on their comebacks like right, before the receiver even starts to break down. So things like that make it really tough. Especially they have those timing routes and they're so in sync with it. It's almost become automatic for him.
Right.
So we have to do a really good job of creating pressure and putting some pressure on him. And, I think Ashari will be able to do that. I mean, he's been doing a really good job so far. And we're going to need some pressure on that guy. And we can't let him sit back there and just pick us apart and throw his timing routes. They have a good running back. Offensive line always plays hard. Coach Ingman and his staff have really done a great job there. And
they've been there a while, and there's a lot to be said about that because,
No, they've been there. I think if you're going to look at staffs and, what staff's been around and together the longest, after us, it's them.
Yes.
That's no doubt. I mean, I feel like he took the program over like when he was like 13 years old. You know what I mean? And now I talked to him and he's like, yeah, I get, my kid and my wife. I'm like, what? I thought you were like 18. You know what I mean? I thought you were 18 years old. Like, but I'm just kidding. He was really young.
Right.
When he
started,
when he took over that program, like really young. I want to say like 21, 22.
Right. Could be.
Yeah.
I'll have to ask him.
But, but he's really done a really good job. I mean, Port Charlotte used to be the laughingstock.
They were 0-10 a lot of times, and it was always like
I mean, they were the laughingstock of area, and I know like Venice and Port Charlotte always used to play. Venice used to play Lemon Bay, and they used to play, Port Charlotte, and now the only ones that will play us are Port Charlotte.
Right, and
no one else will play us.
And for a long time, traditionally. Charlotte was the big dog,
right?
And they're not that far apart from each other. You know what I mean? They're
right
from a perspective of like what Venice has to deal with. They're like close to each other, and so I think it took a little while for the community to kind of be convinced that Port Charlotte could do it. There was a lot of there had to be a lot of heads to be turned around with this, and at this point now, they're definitely on a huge rise, and based on what you're saying about playing the local teams, the last number of years, how you schedule, a lot of teams schedule. You play your district, you put the best schedule that you can together, and you play maybe a few of the local teams. You know what I mean? Because nowadays,
I would play all the local teams if they play.
Right, but that's not happening. As I'm saying now, but so now Port Charlotte's reached that point where it's like we got to play. We'll go play Venice because that's where we're at now.
Well, they're going to get to the point where they're not going to be playing the Lemon Bays.
That's
and
right.
They're going to people are going to say no, thank you.
We don't want any part of it.
Yeah.
And that's and I said, but they're on the cusp of that.
But he's like honestly like really done a really good job with that program. Obviously I'm not there every day, and I can't really
Right.
talk about the day in and day out things, but just talking to him and getting to know him a little bit over the past few years, like he's done a good job, and he's stuck with it. I'm sure he could probably, with what he's done there at Port Charlotte, I mean, he could probably go anywhere in the state and get a job right now.
Right.
And
you would say you don't have to really be there all the time. You can see it. You look at it, and it looks right. You can see how the athletes look like they should. It's the attention to detail that a lot of the things that don't get done in other programs.
Well, you saw it when we went to the game last year. I mean, great atmosphere.
That's what I said.
I mean, when we played Port Charlotte before, it wasn't like that. They had a great, for what they had a great atmosphere. You had those people in the end zones, and it was a pretty cool environment.
The only thing I came close to thinking how the way the feel of the field was, Palmetto had a similar feel to it. You kind of go through the woods a little bit, and the field kind of cut off in the back a little bit. Port Charlotte's got that feel for it, and you go there. It's just kind of a very cool setting. I also thought last year's game, one of the things that I really thought was great last year, close game at the end, but it looked like there was a very sort of organic, spontaneous moment where the handshake line turned into a powwow. Like both teams, I saw both teams.
Prayer.
Yeah, but I also saw both of the players, both teams,
Yeah.
actually having conversations with each other.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't like a high five, and it was like, man, there was a very big mutual respect.
Everyone knows each other,
Right.
Because of social media and Twitter.
Sure.
They don't really know each other, but talking to our players, like, yeah, I know him. I was like, how do you know him? I was like, I don't really know him. He's like,
but you don't see that as much when you go play Tampa Bay Tech,
Right.
or that kind of thing.
Right.
So when you have a local team and you have that sort of get to the other guy, it's kind of good to see that the kids can sort of respect each other and respect the effort on either side of the ball. It's a really really neat thing.
Even last year, speaking on their program, like they could have easily shut that down last year when we got up on them pretty quickly. I mean, they could have ducked their heads and tucked their tails, but they kept fighting. I mean, they kept themselves in the game the whole entire time, and
at the end, it was really getting sort of hand-wringing time.
Right.
Was,
and then I'm not saying that to toot our horn, but we did win the state championship last year, and they did play well against us and hung with us the whole time.
No doubt. And I think that probably gives them a little more confidence even coming into this year.
Well, for sure. We're underdogs now.
Yeah, because like I said, they're
this is the first time. This is the first time, and probably since 2000, maybe the one of the first years that we're underdogs to 3 teams in the area.
Yeah.
Riverview's better than us, Port Charlotte's better than us, and of course IMG is better than us.
Right.
And I think Manatee's better than us.
Yeah, right. So
we got a lot of work to do.
Now it's a point to prove now.
There's no point to prove. It's just there's just we're underdogs. We're going to have to play well to beat Port Charlotte.
Right.
They are obviously a favorite and going to be favored for the game, and we're going to have to play well, and we're going to have to, what is kind of refreshing, because trying to get these guys up for a game where we're supposed to win by 30 points, is tough. But now this week has not been so tough because we're the underdogs and we're supposed to lose this one. So,
and it's funny enough, early in one of our first shows, I had asked you sort of about the area, the teams, how they're sort of rising up a little bit, and you think about it, you say, now you're looking at it, and it is sort of that way, and it lends itself to a better brand of football locally. And I think that's what respectfully to everybody, you want to beat them all. But you want it to be like, hey, man, we want these guys to be good. We want them to do well as well because it reflects our area, and also getting games gets a little easier too when you start playing teams that are want to play you and stuff like that. So I think it's a really cool
well,
situation.
It won't be that. It won't be that. It'll be like people like Port Charlotte who won't be able to play any games.
Right.
That they're not going to get those games that they've been getting.
Right. So that's what happens because you're like, Play the guy in your own backyard because you're not coming here. Yeah, there's no doubt about that. Real quick, defensively, what do they represent a problem for you, or what's the
they're just really well coached. I believe Coach DeBus is the defense coordinator, and he's and another thing that what makes their program good is the cohesiveness of the staff.
That's what I'm saying.
I want to say I heard Coach Ingman say that they're best friends, and they've been to
sounds familiar.
been together, since day one, and he takes care of the defense, and Coach Ingman takes care of the offense. But I think that Coach from Charlotte is helping out too this year, but and last year. But they're just really well coached. I think they lost a lot of big name guys this past year. The kid that went to Texas. They go to Texas.
I think so.
So they lost him, but they have got kids that see their kids play hard.
Mm-hmm.
They have them all playing hard, and they're tough kids.
Right.
So you might not have the big names, and might not be a 5-star recruit, but they put someone there that plays just as hard, and is going to give you everything he's got. And,
that's it.
So you can win with those type.
Well, we've given a pretty good preview of the game on Friday night, so I don't know if anybody's out there who wouldn't want to go to this game at this point. 7:30 Friday night, Powell Davis Stadium. If you can't make it, join us on the live stream. The live stream is always at the Vibrant Aspect Media. Go ahead and go to their YouTube page, and the game will be starting. Our start time can vary depending on if my co-host gets there at a certain time, but 7 o'clock is usually the starting time for our pregame talk and getting ready for the game. So again, if you can't be there, go ahead and join us on the live stream. If not, but this is going to be, I think, I talked to Larry Shannon, and he's thinking this is going to be a jam-packed stadium because I know Port Charlotte will bring them up there. So
they're going to
get there early and be ready to go.
Yeah, they're going to bring a crowd. This is a big game for them, especially with us being underdogs and them being the favorite in the game. Like, they're going to want to come see Port Charlotte beat Venice.
Now listen, I said Larry Shannon. I usually call him Coach Shannon, but when it's AD stuff, I call him Larry.
Yeah,
Larry
Mr. Larry Shannon. Yeah.
So it's not only Coach. If it's defensive stuff, he's Coach Shannon.
Yeah.
Still. That's how it goes. With that, we'll take a quick break here at Bogies. Come back and we'll talk a little bit about some things that are around our program and some things about what happened over the weekend. Some football, some college football stuff. So we'll come back here to Bogies and have a little chat session on those particular things. Be right back right after this.
We'd like to take a minute to acknowledge all of our sponsors that truly make this happen. State College of Florida, Chick-fil-A,
Absolute Aluminum, Jenkins, Lightning Fast Car Wash, Venice Pest Control,
Players, Ryan Brown, Damon Wilson, Trey Burton,
Ships Excavating, AstroTurf, Athletes Perspective Group, X-Tech,
Advanced Asphalt, Sarasota Ford, The Hupp Group,
Bogies of Venice,
and a special thanks to Suncoast Credit Union.
At the Hupp Group at Keller Williams Island Life Real Estate, luxury isn't about price. Luxury is about the experience that we deliver to every client. We are a full-service real estate team offering expert marketing, strategic negotiations, and 5-star communication across every transaction. Our team includes 7 licensed realtors who work together to bring results, experience, and personalized service at every price point. With dedicated in-house marketing, operations, and complementary property styling, we elevate every listing and guide each buyer with precision and care. Over 80% of our business comes from referrals and repeat clients, because at the Hupp Group, every client receives the luxury treatment, no matter the budget. The Hupp Group, strategy, results, luxury.
Hey parents, start your child's savings adventure today with Ernie's Kids Club at Suncoast Credit Union. New members who open a youth savings account get a free 2025 Zoo Tampa Pass, financial literacy activities, and entry into special giveaways. Simply become a member and make an initial deposit of $50 or more to qualify for the Zoo Tampa Pass. Invest in your child's tomorrow while unlocking roaring savings today. Visit suncoast.com/kidsclub or your nearest branch to get started.
Quality education, exceptional value, and endless possibilities. All at State College of Florida. Thinking of starting college or switching careers? Our flexible schedules and student resources will help you get to the finish line. Apply today at scf.edu/letsgo.
Back here at Bogies and the John Peacock Coaches Show. And Coach, this past week or so, there was a transfer that kind of made the news. I would say it was probably news that was worthy of statewide sort of recognition, where young man who played quarterback up in Tampa with Tampa Bay Tech managed to get back here for a little bit of a story to Venice. Darion Jones. Can you say a little anything about him, the situation? I hope I'm saying his name right, too, because I don't get a chance to practice things, but Darion.
Yeah, so I guess the story was he transferred to Chaminade, and then...
And if you don't know what Chaminade is, they were the number 1 team in the country last year.
Right.
Yeah.
And then he left Chaminade, and for the last couple of weeks, he hasn't been playing.
Right.
He hasn't been. He takes on takes his classes online, and I think he's only got one more class until he graduates. So he hasn't been playing anywhere. So he just they moved here, and they wanted him to play his senior year here, and the landscape of high school football, I mean, has become the norm in certain instances.
Yeah, and in this situation, looking at a young man trying to take an opportunity to go down and play at a program in Miami that's very nationally known.
Right.
They played on TV not long ago. For a couple, and you see the program like that, and it doesn't quite fit for him, doesn't quite work for him, and then you don't want to be if you have aspirations to play at the next level, you don't want to sit out your senior year.
No, and he's already committed to Howard University, and so my job as a head football coach is to put the best players on the field that give us the best chance of winning. As far as people playing in the game. Now, they're obviously as a high school football coach, there is a lot more to your job, not only with the kids and the development of them mentally, physically, and educationally along the line. But as far as football goes, our job is to put those kids that are the best players on the field that give you the best opportunity to win. And is he going to be our starting quarterback? I don't know. Right now, Sean Long is. Sean Long's our guy.
Right.
And if he happens to win that job, then he'll be the guy.
Right.
If it happens to be a situation where, those two do different things, that'll be the situation.
Right.
But my job is to figure that out. And I don't know. I'm not saying I always make the right decisions, but that'll be my decision. But that's the deal. Like,
and in a situation like this, like you're talking about Sean being the quarterback, there's a lot of sort of you got to learn what's going on to that position. Sometimes you could say, hey, the guy moved into town and he's a D end, or he's something, maybe a position that you still got to learn stuff, but it maybe not as long of a learning process.
Right. Yeah. I can tell you he's extremely bright. He's picked up so much in such a small frame of time. Is he ready this week to play? He's going to get some chances.
Physically, probably.
Oh,
for sure.
physically for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, he's 6'3", 220 pounds.
Right.
I mean, he looks like a Shari a little bit.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Like the quarterback looks like your DN. Yeah.
So, we're going to give him the opportunity.
Right.
Is anything handed or no? And people say, did you promise him something? No, I just met him. I just met him when he showed up. I didn't promise him anything. I never talked to his dad, talked to his mom, talked to him. He just showed up.
And in a lot of cases, situations like this, these are decisions that are made autonomously by the family.
Oh yeah. Listen, the kids don't transfer.
Right.
Parents transfer. Kids don't transfer.
Right. Yeah.
Parents transfer. So, that's the opportunity they thought. I think they were just planning on sitting out and just going to Howard. He was already committed to Howard as soon as they find out that the Howard coach called me. So I think that their plan was just going to be to sit out, and go to school in January.
Get yourself started.
And that's not always a bad thing either. Like,
just depends on where you want, what your goals are, where you're headed to. So if it's already a done deal, then maybe you make that choice. But I will say this. I mean, we talked about over the years, and we just talked about even with us playing Port Charlotte. You want to play a really good team. You want to play the best teams you can play because it makes you better.
Right.
Makes you better as a team here at Venice. It makes you better with your goals down the road are going to be college football, and you're heading that way. Makes you better as a worker when you get older, or in college for your school. That competitive nature to try to be your best, it transfers to everything.
Yeah, I mean, this is what sports is about and what sports teaches you.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes everything doesn't go your way, and sometimes you got to prove yourself again and create yourself over. Get opportunities to create yourself again, and it's life lessons all over the place in football. And he's been great. Like he's been, one of the things is he's dives right in as far as the locker room and getting to know the guys. He's really done like I can't explain. Like he's learned signals, he's learned plays, he learned formations. He's got it down. Is it all clicking as fast as it should? No.
Especially with the tempo where you rerun too.
No.
Vernacular's got to be learned, that kind of stuff. So
it's not well oiled and clicking like that.
Right.
But can he get a small package?
Yeah.
No
doubt.
And we'll see what he does with that small package. And he's definitely got arm talent. He's definitely got arm talent. It's hard to tell how good he is or good he may be or talented he is because all the wheels are spinning right now. I mean, the wheels are spinning big time. Yeah. And, whenever the wheels are spinning, you're not going to play as fast and as crisp and as everything else you want to play.
No doubt. So we'll see what happens Friday night. It'll be exciting for him as well. Gets first chance to see a game at Powell Davis Stadium. So obviously it'll be a fun night for everybody. Tack a little bit over towards other parts of football. College football was kind of a dud last weekend. Not too many great football games. This week there's a lot of good ones. We saw Florida get upset by USF, which is a big thing in our area. USF is on the rise. I think you said Coach Goles is one of your top coaches in the country right now.
We got 4 guys on USF team. So they had a nice win, and then you got Damon at Missouri, who had another nice win.
Ryan Brown.
Ryan Brown, huge. He's got a huge game this week with USC. So that'll be interesting to see how we do well.
Right.
How well he does there.
So it's going to be it'd be a good weekend, and of course NFL started, and it's the NFL. There's a lot of parity that teams can be really bad one year, and the next year they're better again just by a few moves here or there, coaching change or whatever. But there was a lot of excitement this weekend, and now everybody's rolling, and it's really fun because now you're picking the best ones to watch. Saturday is going to be a lot of big games on for college, and then of course the NFL catching up. So it's really been a fun start.
Every week in high school football, picture gets a little clearer too. You had Riverview big win against Palmetto, and they're clear.
Very big game. I thought that was, and from what I didn't see highlights, but from what I read, it seemed like it was a pretty good, exciting football game.
Yeah, and they've clearly have made themselves known, and that they're a dominant program, and they've what a quick change that they made. Yeah, and
what's happening right now. Braden River with a nice win over Lakewood Ranch, and then Sarasota with a nice win as well. After
surprised with the Braden River.
Yeah,
because Braden River lost to Bayshore, correct?
Yes.
Sarasota lost to Bayshore.
Yeah, but they all, it seems now
but Bayshore is a little better than
absolutely. Yeah. And so it seems like there's there's talking about the us and Port Charlotte, Cardamooney, Manatee, that kind of thing. But now you're starting to see everybody rising up, and they're getting some big wins in these first couple of weeks. So very interesting.
Parish and Palmetto. Do they play this week?
They play this week, and
that's going to be interesting.
It's a district game, and it could mean a lot. And Parish had a close one; they won by 1 point the other night on Friday, and so they got a big game coming up. So that's a really big game for Manatee County football.
Yes,
right there.
It is.
All right, well, Coach, we'll take a quick break, come back and wrap everything up, and make sure everybody knows where to go and where to watch everything again for Friday night. Yep. With that, we'll be back at Bogies right after this.
We'd like to take a minute to acknowledge all of our sponsors that truly make this happen. State College of Florida, Chick-fil-A,
Absolute Aluminum, Jenkins, Lightning Fast Car Wash, Venice Pest Control,
Players, Ryan Brown, Damon Wilson, Trey Burton,
Ships Excavating, AstroTurf, Athletes Perspective Group, X-Tech,
Advanced Asphalt, Sarasota Ford, the Hupp Group,
Bogies of Venice.
and a special thanks to Suncoast Credit Union.
At the Hupp Group at Keller Williams Island Life Real Estate, luxury isn't about price. Luxury is about the experience that we deliver to every client. We are a full-service real estate team offering expert marketing, strategic negotiations, and 5-star communication across every transaction. Our team includes 7 licensed realtors who work together to bring results, experience, and personalized service at every price point. With dedicated in-house marketing, operations, and complimentary property styling, we elevate every listing and guide each buyer with precision and care. Over 80% of our business comes from referrals and repeat clients, because at the Hupp Group, every client receives the luxury treatment, no matter the budget. The Hupp Group, strategy, results, luxury.
Hey parents, start your child's savings adventure today with Ernie's Kids Club at Suncoast Credit Union. New members who open a youth savings account get a free 2025 Zoo Tampa Pass, financial literacy activities, and entry into special giveaways. Simply become a member and make an initial deposit of $50 or more to qualify for the Zoo Tampa Pass. Invest in your child's tomorrow while unlocking roaring savings today. Visit suncoast.com/kidsclub or your nearest branch to get started.
Quality education, exceptional value, and endless possibilities. All at State College of Florida. Thinking of starting college or switching careers? Our flexible schedules and student resources will help you get to the finish line. Apply today at scf.edu/letsgo.
So we're back here for the John Peacock Coaches Show, and Coach, again with Friday night, big night with a really good team coming up from Port Charlotte. I guess what should we tell Port Charlotte to expect? What can they can't? We were saying a little earlier. What can they can't do certain.
They're going to
things.
see the new stadium. Hopefully, we're going to unleash the new video board by the concession stand. There's Chick-fil-A. You want to get Chick-fil-A? There's a bunch of Chick-fil-A there. Can't bring any swords. You can't bring any parrots.
No pirate paraphernalia other than your curlers over your
no hooks.
No hooks.
You can if you want, you can bring your wooden leg. But other than that, we're gonna have to go through open gate. So obviously no swords unless they're.
And it's security now. You can't because you got security now.
Yeah,
so
unless you bring your
metal detector.
Unless it's foam, a foam sword. I guess you could bring that. But
but it'll be it'd be a fun night.
I think it's got to be the game of the week of the area. I mean, just
I could say that or again to go Manatee County looking at Palmetto and Parish.
Palmetto and Parish, yeah.
So I think that'd be the same way because that's got a little bit of that implication with the district. So that's got a little bit of
Correct.
something going on. But no, it's gonna be a great game, and like I said, we're looking forward to.
They're ranked. This is they're in the top 25 in the state.
As far as Port Charlotte is concerned, right?
Yeah, I just saw something. I think
funny?
they're number 20th, but I think this might be the first time they've ever.
It could be.
Yeah.
And so but rightfully so. They deserve to be there.
There's no doubt
right now.
about it. There's no
no
doubt
way.
about
There's
it.
no way you can look at that at any other direction. And again, hopefully I'm usually the weatherman for this kind of stuff, and for the nights, I think Friday night could be a very nice evening.
I think it is going to be a nice evening.
So I think that'll
Cool
be great.
too.
Yeah, just like the little drier air coming through this week, which is we're only early part of September, and we don't usually get something like this. So we should enjoy it and go out and watch some football live on Friday night.
We're usually boarding up our windows.
Yeah, well, that's exactly what we've done for the last
Hopefully we don't
4
have to
years.
do
It
that,
seems like so. Yeah, none of that stuff because we haven't even reached the peak yet.
Right.
Usually, and we had October to contend with. But if it starts to dry out and cool out. Not as much energy in the Gulf as you would when you get that kind of stuff. A degree or two can make such a big difference regarding all that stuff. So we'll see what happens. All right, well, Coach, thanks for again being with me here for your show, and thank you guys for watching. As always, again, if you can't make it out Friday night, live stream Vibrant Aspect Media. Go to the YouTube page and you pull it up there. 7:00. You should be ready to start. It'll be myself. Trey's with me this week. So Trey will be there, Trey Burton with me as well. Do a little preview of the game, and hopefully it'll be a fun night.
Yeah.
With that, thank you. Thank you guys for watching. As always, we'll see you here next week from Bogies with the John Peacock Coaches Show.
What time is it? Game time. 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 Going beast mode when the game begin. I worked all summer to be a champion. At Venice High School, all we do is win. Man, it feel good to be an Indian.